I wrote this record while 30,000 feet in the air.
This is a very different video from what I used to make. I always make educational content, but for some reason I feel like I want to make vlogs. Not kind of like the daily vlogs and things like that, maybe in the future, but I just want to make a video that is more laid back, chill, just sharing what's on top of my mind. And speaking about mind, it is something that I want to talk about today. And I've covered about mindset a lot in my other previous video. I tried to talk about mindset first in almost every single video that I've made. The reason being is that it is such an important topic, but not a lot of people talked about this, or not a lot of people are aware that they should prioritize their mindset. And I'm gonna explain why and what I mean by prioritizing your mindset. So bear with me. If you're sick and tired of listening to another mindset video, I don't know, then maybe this video is not for you. But as far as I know, most founders, they understand that mindset plays a huge role in their performance and also the way they build their business and run their business. Whether or not you realize it, every business starts from the founder's internal state. It's not just about the external factors such as your reality right now, the problems that you are facing right now that you can see, feel, are tangible, but it's also dependent on our internal state of mind, which is how we think, our energy, our beliefs, our convictions, and what we are willing to see as possible for ourselves. And I don't know if you have heard about people saying that if you are in a chaos state of mind, then your business are going to reflect that. You are also going to experience chaos in your business. And I'm going to share you an example on why that is true for most of us, and kind of like give you an example that you can relate to so that you kind of get more understanding on why is it that your internal state and your business correlates to each other. So if I'm looking down, I have my laptop here with my face and key points, because I can get caught up in the moment and I might forget what I want to say. So I have my screen here. Let's give you a real world example. This might not directly apply to you, but I feel like this example really encapsulates how the human mind works and how it directly relates to your current reality that you are facing right now. So for example, if you don't feel worthy about charging more, it doesn't have to be that you are a property manager, but I'm talking about a general business, any type of business here. Business is all about problem solving or providing value to the other end, kind of like exchanging value. So you help solve a problem for the other specific type of people, and then in return those people will give you something back, which is money, or it could be any other form, but usually money. So if you don't feel worthy of charging more for whatever it is that you're doing, could be a service, could be that you are selling DTC, could be anything. If you are afraid of charging a certain amount, then you'll never position yourself and your business as a premium offer or as an offer that is deserving of that kind of price point. Even if your work is amazing, even if your product is amazing, you'll either undercharge for whatever it is that you are providing just because you aren't sure that your product deserves that kind of money in return, or if you had a good product already, you ended up overworking or like over extracting yourself to the point where it is hard to fulfill those service or product that you have just because you don't have it anymore in you. You access every part of your energy, your resources into giving the best outcome for the people that will purchase your product or service, and then ultimately you will burn out, therefore creating a product that is again not as premium as how you should charge it for. And ultimately what I'm trying to say here is that if you don't feel worthy of charging, then your product is gonna translate to that and your reality is gonna translate to that. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you don't feel or if you don't believe that you can charge more, you cannot charge more, simply because your reality is limiting you from creating these opportunities, actions that you need to take in order for you to position yourself as a premium offer. So compare someone who is in a state of abundance, in a state of confidence, they never second guess themselves in terms of charging, then they're gonna move towards actions or thoughts that would direct them to being that kind of person, to being someone who is able to charge more. Whereas if you're in a state of limiting scarcity, you don't believe, you have low self-trust, then you're gonna block all of the vision around you. You're gonna block the voices inside you to tell you to charge more, to tell you to take this action, that action, simply because you don't believe, you don't feel worthy of whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that you want, that you desire. Yeah, you can have a desire to charge more, but again, it comes down to your mindset, your self-belief, whether or not you feel that you are worthy of charging that amount of price. And basically those limiting beliefs will cause you to be stuck or just not being able to grow or be in a state of your desired outcome. And the point of me recording this is not to say that you should charge more or that you should self-assess yourself, which is a good thing to do. But my key points here is that there's so much bigger there's a deeper or more advanced effects that you will get out of whatever it is that you believe to be true. So say that, again, let's get back to the idea that you aren't able to charge more simply because you don't believe that you could do so. There's another group of people, which is, for example, a business that helps people to charge more. And they provide a really great service. They are able to transform those group of people who cannot charge more into being someone that can charge more. And the reason why those businesses work really well is simply because they don't have the limiting belief that you have. While you right there think that you are not worthy or you shouldn't charge more, these businesses, they believe otherwise. They think that you deserve more, and it is possible for you to charge more while still getting a lot of leads, still getting a lot of traffic. And that is also why they are able to provide a really good service. The top businesses, they are able to solve not just the biggest, but also solve a problem really well. It just came to my mind that the reason why the top businesses, they are able to solve problems really well, or even like not just the top businesses, but other businesses, they exist to solve a problem. If they are able to do it, one of the reasons is simply because they don't hold the limiting belief that you hold inside yourself. They don't see life as you see life. They don't have the same experiences as you do. And so we all as a human being, we have different perspective in life. We have different belief. We have different levels of trust within ourselves. And because you have this specific problem, then you need to find a solution to fix that problem. And you find that solution by finding another group of people that can help you in fixing that problem for you, which is someone else that doesn't have the limiting belief that you have. And so this also directly relates to people who are afraid of reaching out for help. They don't feel like they need help. They're a bit egotistic about themselves. They feel like they are okay at where they are at right now. But in reality, if they have just found that other person who can solve the problem for them, they could really improve their life by 2 times or even 10x. Because the problem here is not that you are being drawn to people who wants to take away your money, but you are trying to find a solution that you cannot, like, that is blocked within your vision because you have those limiting beliefs. You aren't aware that there are another possible solution. And so by you reaching out for help, you finding another business provider, another people that could help you with this specific problem, then you are opening up yourself for growth. You are opening up yourself at least for finding a solution that you know that you deserve. So that is why the top businesses, it is easier for them to win. You see, like, these businesses, they grow from 0 to 10x in like a couple of days, months, in fast timeline. All of that directly relates to also the owner or the team's belief that they could really help the other end of people that needs help with. They're not caught up in the fear, in the doubt that they cannot do it. They have conviction that their service, their product can really help solve this problem for others. And so that is what they did. And it directly translates to the real life. They really do serve good products, service, whatever it is, to the other end of the group. So there's a good and bad takeaway from this. The bad news from this is that it is really easy for you to fuck up your business. Because if you are in a state of chaos, if you are still taking action out of a place of self-doubt, fear, then that is going to translate to your business. Now, the good news is that you can easily flip that image around. So looking at the top businesses who are able to grow really fast and dominate the market, it is simply because they are confident and they know that they could provide a good service for their clients, for the customers. And so you need to simply copy that. You need to have the conviction that whatever service it is that you provide, you can help solve and you can provide the best service for these people that want your help. I don't just say that you only need the conviction to do this, because we are living in a reality that is tangible. We need to also do something that is actionable. And so you need to also put in the effort into becoming a business that you are confident about, that you are proud of. And all of that ultimately starts with your internal belief again. If you believe that you could do so, you will find a way to get there. Also, one insight that I want you to think about is, when was the last time you knew something wouldn't work out and it happened, like it didn't work out? Or when do you knew that it worked and it does happen? Take, for example, because I work with short-term rental property managers, say that usually they have this doubt in their mind that when they're talking to a prospect, an owner, for example, they have this knowing inside them that tells them they're not going to work with this owner. They knew that this owner wouldn't want to work with them. And then when that time comes, when the owners actually decided that they wouldn't want to go with this property manager, they would say to themselves, I knew it. I knew that this person doesn't want to work with me. And do you see how your mind directly relates to the outcome that you wish? By saying that you knew something would happen, you indirectly wish that that thing would happen. And in reality, you're just going to receive that outcome. because you knew that it was coming. And this is the mistake that a lot of people make. They focus on the wrong thing. They aren't aware that whatever it is that they believe would be true are actually becoming true. And then you start to question yourself, why do I always get the bad customers? Why do I always struggle to find new prospects? Why is it so hard to charge more? Well, it's simply because you knew that you cannot charge more. You knew that you cannot reach more clients. And that thought process simply, it materialized. And so you really need to be careful in what you think. Again, the good side of this is that you can flip the image around. You can start by thinking that everything is going right. You knew that this would happen. You knew that this good thing would happen. You knew that this would end up really well. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even though that sounds really simple to just flip the image, it is so fucking hard to execute it. It is so hard because we are wired, starting from babies, that we need to think of the worst ever possible outcome. So I'm not saying that this is an easy work to just simply flip the image. I'm also still working on this, but at least now that you are aware what you should do, you can slowly improve the way you project your life, the way you project your outcome, the outcome that you want in your life. And once you start to have that doubt inside you, the fear, the stress, you can slowly remind yourself that it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to think of it that way, because if you see life that way, then life's gonna give you that. Life is just simply giving you what you think you deserve. So no matter how big of a desire that you have, if you know that it is hard to get there, or you know that it is not possible to reach that desired outcome, or it requires a lot of effort, then it will require a lot of effort in order for you to get there. So if you're stuck right now, maybe it's not a strategy problem. Maybe it's just about shifting your internal state first, and then try to seek external help too. Because again, these other external help doesn't carry the burden, doesn't carry the problems that you have. And you can also see this in another perspective. Okay, that clip got cut off. I don't know what I say last, but let me try to remember. Basically, you can just flip the persona, or you can be the business or the person that will solve that problem for your customers, for your clients, for whoever it is, by trying to open up more towards possible routes that they can take, the possible outcomes that they can have, and the solutions that they can have. And then you just simply being the person bridging that gap, taking them to their desired outcome. Because again, you don't carry the limiting belief that they have. You might see things that they haven't already seen. And that thought itself does give me a confidence at one point. Because then I know that whoever it is that I am helping, I'm not just helping them to solve a specific problem in their business, but also a specific problem in their life. I can help them open up their mind, or open up their eyes to see that this kind of outcome is possible. It is possible for you. It's not just possible for other people. It is possible for you, specifically for you clients, the owners that I help. And so yeah, I'm just encouraging them to see life as endless possibilities. There are endless possibilities that you can reach. And yeah, it is a beautiful message, and that is why I want to make this video. Hopefully, if you stick to this part of the video, thank you so much for hearing me rant or chat about what I've been thinking. If you have any questions, if you need any help, or if you just need someone to talk to, feel free to message me. My DMs are always open, and I'm also always open to chatting and getting to know new people, especially those who are in the same journey. Being a business owner is not easy, so let's get through this together. Let's make a space where we support each other. Again, we are here to be confident and have self-worth within ourselves. We don't want to attract stress, doubt, fear, whatever it is, the negative energy. We want to keep that away. So it is getting dark now. We have been chatting for a while. Now I'm gonna have a quick dinner, and I'm gonna do a bit of work before I end the day, and I'm gonna show you a bit on what I've been working on. To be honest, today is Saturday, so I'm taking a step back, ending the night off with a little bit of work, a little bit of reading, and then I'm gonna head to bed, or probably watch some YouTube videos first and then go to bed. And I'm gonna take you along. Is so funny because for some reason I turned into a YouTuber instead. As I'm editing these videos, I realized that I kind of am a YouTuber right now. Yes, I'm a founder, but I'm also just starting out, so I'm still doing everything myself. The scripting, the video planning, the recording, the editing, posting, everything I still do myself. So yeah, I just feel like I'm a qualified YouTuber at this point. I don't know, it's just fun. And I've always wanted to make YouTube videos, but I don't think, I never expected that I would be making these kind of videos. Not this video, not the vlog videos, but the educational contents, which is fine. I love doing those. I love sharing my insights. But yeah, just never expected that it would end up this way. It's so funny. It's, I don't know. So yeah, I have 2 videos that I need to edit, and I might spend the rest of my day editing actually. I don't know, we'll see what I ended up doing. So before I end the video, yes, this is the next day, but I just thought that it would be helpful if I share what book I've been reading. And so especially because the topic of this video is about mindset, I just want to share a quick book that inspires me to say what I'm saying in this video, which is a book that is recently published by Neuro Knowledge. The name is Outsmarting Reality. I will pop it in the screen because I have it on my laptop. I downloaded it as an EPUB, not a physical book. I will buy the physical book later in the future, but I'm just too excited to receive it now, and I just don't want to wait for the shipping of the physical books, so I download the digital version. But yeah, basically if you wanna outsmart your reality just as the book titles, then I really recommend reading that book. But I just want to give you a quick disclaimer, because sometimes to some people, if for example like this mindset and spiritual thing is new for them, like the ideas are gonna seem new to you because it's gonna unlock the secrets of reality creation basically. I know, a bit tense, a bit woo-woo, but yeah, if you think that whatever that I'm talking in this video makes sense, then that book is ultimately gonna make it more sense. But yeah, as also the book mentioned, you read the book based on where your awareness level, or like your, I don't know how to say it, where you are at right now. So for example, the way you read that book today versus the way you read it in the next few years are gonna be different. You're gonna pick up different learnings from that book. You're gonna see what you previously didn't see because you also upgrade as a person. So yeah, I just thought that this is worth sharing. I really love this book, especially if you are a business owner or anyone really who wants to upgrade their life, who wants to materialize their desired outcome. Have a read through that book and it will change your life if you apply what the book has said. Again, it's not gonna be easy. It's not like you are flicking a switch off to on. It's gonna require some time for you to pick up the learnings and actually apply it to your life. But I swear it's gonna be worth it. Again, if you think that you are not spiritual or you don't believe in this mindset woo-woo thing, I suggest you rethink or even just open your mind to learning about this stuff. I wouldn't really encourage you to do stuff. It all has to come down to you actually having the will to take actions. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is my opinion basically, but again, it's up to you if you want to listen to me or not. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in my next one.
Time. Yeah, say when you come, what will you leave behind? Yeah, do I belong sometime soon? There goes my mind.